Hey guys, welcome back to Rip's Tattoo Podcast. I got some stuff I need to share. So, my name's Rip. It's not my real name, but it's my it's what my friends call me. And I've been in outpatient treatment at NuWay in St. Cloud, Minnesota for like the past 13 weeks. And I could have graduated the program already. But last Friday, I left treatment like any other Friday before the weekend, because during the weekend we have the weekend off, and so we go to group during the week and we have the weekend off, Friday or Saturday, Sunday. So it was Friday late afternoon, I want to say probably around 5-6 o'clock, and the owner of the apartment place I stay at, called Victory Plus, is a sober house, and it houses guys that had gone through outpatient treatment, and the goal for them is to get a job and pay rent. I think the rent's about $500, and you work, and they can drop by any time, give you a NuWay or a breathalyzer or whatever have you. And so it was late afternoon, and I took a nap. I woke up and I saw that I had a missed call. As I'm waking up, I hear somebody, speaking loudly, not screaming or yelling, but I could hear them. And so I went out my room, and here it was Yusuf, the owner, manager of Victory Plus Apartments. And he comes to me and he says, "Hey, what happened at NuWay?" And I said, "Well, you'll have to be more specific. What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I got a message." And he's Somalian, so you're trying to, he doesn't enunciate the best, so you're trying to listen to what he's saying, try to understand what he's saying. And what he was saying is that supposedly my counselor called him, left a message stating that I was to be discharged because of vaping inside. And so I talked to him, and he said, hey, I'm shocked. I don't understand. And I said to him, yeah, I don't understand either. I'm completely shocked. I said, I have no clue what they're talking about. And he said, yeah, it's just weird. He goes, I'm surprised that you're not like that. I mean, do you know why? And I said, no. I mean, he shared the message that my counselor, Holly, had left with him. And what was said was, hey, I think she said, this is Holly. Ryan P. is to be discharged today because of vaping inside. And so, for one, well, she also said that supposedly I found out that she tried contacting me. I got 2 phones. I never got one missed call. I never got one missed message. I tried contacting her on her phone number and messaging it on the one phone. I tried calling her on the other phone as well, and I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. So this whole time over the weekend, I don't know what to think. And I'm thinking to myself, well, vaping inside. I said, I don't vape inside. I'm like, what is she talking about? Does she have me mistaken for somebody else? Was somebody else vaping? Because I never got a call. I never got a message. All I got was my landlord, who's the manager, sharing this message with me and the voicemail. And so I was in complete shock, and so is he, because he's like, you're a good guy, you're an outstanding tenant, and he was baffled, and I was baffled. So this whole weekend, it really screwed me up, because I couldn't understand why I was being kicked out. One, okay, I don't have any makeup hours, because if you miss a group, let's say one day, and that's 4 hours, you go from 8 to noon. The hours switched, but it used to go from 8 to noon. So you miss 4 hours, you got to make 4 hours up. Okay? So I didn't have any hours to make up. I think there was one, and she was like, my counselor was like, a makeup group, a 4-hour makeup group or whatever for 1 hour. So I was like, okay, cool, fine, whatever. I mean, I can do it, but it's no big deal. So And for 2, I haven't failed any UAs, anything like that. I've come every day, except for the time that I had COVID, and I made up those hours. And so I participate in group. I get along with everybody. I'm always drawing everybody pictures and giving them things, and giving passing out like high chew candies, stuff to people, and sharing with her, and doing all this stuff. And so I just don't understand where this is coming from. And then to tell somebody and not get a hold of them on a Friday on somebody's message, the landlord, the owner of the apartment facility's voicemail, a message like that. So there was no safe discharge plan. None. I thought by the state, if you discharge somebody, don't you have to have a safe discharge plan or something? I mean, on the folder it says here, NuWay. I don't know if you can see that. It says NuWay, in the heart of the recovery community. What does that even mean? To me, that means nothing. If you're going to leave a message after group on a Friday, treatments don't even like to let people graduate treatment on a Friday because of the weekend. They think it's just there's too much temptation. Too high of a risk of a relapse. So why was my case treated differently? And then here's the kicker. After she told me this, and I said, well, where's your proof? What? She goes, well, I saw smoke. I'm like, okay. I said, well, where'd you see it? She goes, well, as you were walking out the door. And I said, you know what? I do recall. I took a pull off my vape, and as I was walking out the door, I blew the smoke outside. And maybe, I'm sorry, but maybe there was a little wind and it blew a little bit back in the building. And that wasn't something intentional. I mean, how many times do you do something and don't even realize you did it? So I'm excited about leaving for the week to enjoy my weekend. And as I'm leaving NuWay, walking out the door, I hit a smoke out the door as I'm walking out. And I said, what? I said, that is what you're going to kick me out over? I said, I don't have any makeup hours. I haven't had any dirty UAs. I come to group, ready to learn and be teachable. And you're going to say that I'm kicked out because you saw some smoke as I was walking out the door for the weekend? And then she said, well, there was another staff that saw you vaping one day too. And I said, no. I said, what staff member? I said, do you have this on camera? I said, because you can't possibly have it on camera because I've never done it before. Talk about it being accused for something you never did. And then here's the kicker. As she's telling me that I'm discharged, she goes, well, no, it's okay. I mean, is there something you want me to do? I mean, I can see about readmitting you. So you're talking about discharging me, but hey, we may be able to readmit you. Now, NuWay's under investigation for fraudulent things, okay? Causing another company to take over ownership, thus the name will be changed. So right now, I'm in the middle of a transition period. So what happens to me? So I told her, I'm like, hey, this is bull. I said, this place is screwed, and I walked out. I left. There was a McDonald's about a block away. Went there. I'm like, man, this is a joke. I can't believe this. How can they do this to me? I'm on probation. What is probation going to say? What are the consequences of that? I'm sorry. I got kicked out of, treatment because I blew a hit of vape. Because I took a hit of a vape and blew it out as I was walking outside. I'm getting kicked out for that. Usually when you've done something wrong, they put you on a contract. I'm not even on a contract for anything. I'm an outstanding client. So I'm at McDonald's. I called my medical ride because medical rides pick you up, they bring you to treatment, and they bring you back home. So I called them. They said, hey, all right, we got a van on the way. We don't know how long it's going to be. So I'm like, so just stick around. We'll be there shortly. And so, well, pick me up in NuWay. So I walk back to NuWay. As I'm sitting there, looking out the window by the door, one of the staff named Aaron, he says, hey, man, why don't you come with me for a minute? And I'm broken up. I'm shook about the situation. And so I'm like, well, okay, all right. So he takes me in his office and he says, hey, what happened? I said, well, it's really simple. I said, I'm being discharged for supposedly blowing a hit of vape out the door as I'm leaving for the weekend. And maybe some vape smoke came back in. I doubt it, but maybe some came back in when I opened up the door, maybe a little gust as I was blowing the smoke out, a little came trickling back in. And then another staff member said that, well, they saw me another time vaping too inside. So that's why you're being kicked out. I said, they never talked to me or nothing. I said, I don't have any makeup hours. I haven't pissed dirty. I said, I'm not on contract. And I participate in group every single day. And I'm on time. And then I said to him, well, then here's the kicker. Then Holly, my counselor, offered to readmit me. Well, I can see about readmitting you. I can talk to a few people and see if we can probably get you readmitted. Whoa. Hold on. So you guys have been doing fraudulent stuff. The government looked into you. You guys got to shut your doors. But you don't have to shut your doors because another company, I don't know, Health Partners or something, some other treatment company looked into you and was like, okay, well, let's jump on this. So there's a transition period. So Aaron's like, well, you know why this is probably happening? And I'm like, well, why? He's like, well, it's probably happening because we're in this transition period, moving from company to company, and we just don't have the staff. We just don't have the staff for it, so we just can't, deal with this situation. What? You can't deal with the situation? Asking me what happened, what my part of the story is? I wasn't even thinking about it. As I was walking out the door, I blew some smoke. Is that something to kick somebody out over? Especially not leave a message, not call, nothing. You find out from your landlord at around 5 o'clock at night saying, hey, what happened at NuWay? You're being discharged. He's confused because you're such a freaking law-abiding citizen and such a great tenant. He's like, well, go in there Monday, see what happened, be cool. And so that's what I did. He told me to go back in on Monday, figure it out, work somehow, whatever the deal is. I go in there today, and they're like, what are you doing here? You're discharged. I didn't get no discharge papers. There was no safe discharge plan. I thought the state requires, upon discharge, a safe discharge plan for the client that struggles with addiction. Because what could happen from something like this? A relapse? They said that they love their clients. And they want to help us, and they're all about us, and they love us, and they just want to do good for us, and they cry and this and that and say, yeah, we have to shut our doors, but hey, good thing, another company's going to take over. So there's going to be a transition. But we love you guys, but hey, we saw some smoke, you're kicked out. We're not going to contact you, we're not going to talk to you about the situation, nothing. You're just done, out of here, boom, get out the fucking door. What? Wait, what? Yeah, you're done. Get out of here. Get your shit and go. Okay. Does that seem right to you? So let me ask you guys, does that seem right? What are your thoughts on this? What am I supposed to do? I really could use some help. Please leave in the comments what you think should happen, what should be done, how something like this should be dealt with. Because I'm being honest with you guys, I don't know what to do. I think this is really messed up. I think it's fraudulent, actually. You're going to discharge me, but you're going to try to admit me again? So what? I start back over? And then you guys make money off me again? By restarting my whole freaking program? So what? I have to be in the program for another 3 months? Man, there's something wrong here, guys. Thank you for listening. If you could please leave a comment, share this. This needs to get out there. NuWay is doing some dirty stuff, okay? But what do? It's in a transition period. So if you guys know somebody that knows something about something, please comment, share, let me know what's going on. I need to know what you know. That's cool. I need to know what you know. So please like, share, submit, subscribe, hit the button. Love you. Peace. Namaste. Bye-bye.